This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium-quality travel gear, like the Taskin Air Duo dual-sided compression packing cubes. One side's 100% air breathable to keep clean clothes fresh and wrinkle-free. The other side's odor and water-resistant to keep dirty laundry sealed up tight. Now you can pack up to 40% more in the same space. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
They've got brains for business, bods for Baskin-Robbins, and a unique brand of news and views on marketing, media, tech, and pop culture, served up with an extra-large scoop of fun.
That's right. You're just in time for an all-new episode of Rick and Rick.
With an ice-cold collab from Liquid Death Water and Plunge tubs.
A frosty offer from Wendy's, McTargeting McDonald's McBroken McFlurry machines.
And a new hit podcast that will blow your mind, just not as much as ours.
Damn straight. Plus, the year's top Halloween costumes, according to Google, loaded questions, and a whole lot more.
And it all starts right here, right now, on the one show where everybody's a Rick magnet. And everybody rules the world.
Welcome, everybody, to Rick and Rick Rule the World. I'm Rick Matheson, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in podcasting, Rick Wooten. How is the Season of the Witch treating you so far, Rick?
You know, I was talking to somebody recently, and they were talking about Halloween, and they said, what's Halloween like in your neighborhood? And I said, well, we've got quite a few kids. We don't get as many as we used to, so usually we give out full candy bars, but, most of the neighbors come by, so, we open up a bottle of wine or beer and pour people drinks as they come around. And I swear they're like, you do what? Like parents are trick-or-treating too and getting alcohol? And I guess that's not a common thing outside of maybe the Bay Area, but like I thought everybody did. Do you guys do that?
Oh yeah. Our block does a group Operation Candy Stop where we're all in the center of the street, or sometimes it's someone's driveway with this big table. It's basically a chocolate bar buffet. So all the kids come over and they take what they want. We all sit out around the table and we drink while we're chatting and stuff. Certainly several parents come over and have a drink while the kids are getting the candy. It's like a candy cornucopia of sugar highs and sangria. It is awesome.
For all of our listeners out there, please make this a normal part of society. Invite your neighbors over to trick or treat for drinks.
Yeah, I think it's normal.
I hope so. And I say this jokingly. Obviously, we don't want everybody to be alcoholics and drinking all the time.
You have to be careful.
Yeah. But I think things like that around Halloween is awesome. So anyway, exactly. Trick or treat with your parents. Go get drunk.
No, enjoy, but be responsible. May or may not be responsible, I don't know, is staying tuned because we've got a great show for you, including Wendy's efforts to make a buck off McDonald's when are they not broken McFlurry machines, and AI that can create a podcast for you on virtually any topic just instantly. It's crazy. And this year's hottest Halloween costumes, according to Google, plus a bunch more. So we'll be right back. Hey, Rick and Rick Nation, don't forget to check out our website at rickandrick.com. It's double the Rick in just one click at rickandrick.com. And we are back. Rick and Rick Rule the World with Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten. And first up, it's Rick and Rick Radar Love. Pop culture cool and crazy that's got our attention. Now, Rick, I want you to guess this. So he's got weird hair, wacky makeup, and he's bombing with audiences everywhere. And no, I'm not talking about Donald Trump. Who is it?
Could it be Beetlejuice?
Actually, that's a good guess, but no, in this case, I'm talking about that other clown prince of crime, the one with the $200 million box office misfire known as Joker Folie à deux.
The Joker. Yeah, no, I was reading an article on this today. I think, what did they open to $20 million? It was $200 million to make, and then the first weekend was like $20 million. I mean, it's such an embarrassing dud.
Yeah, it was about $200 million to make and then another $100 million to market. And according to Variety, I think someone quoted in Variety, they said it might be lucky to break $150 million at the box office worldwide. Now, remember, Todd Phillips, director for both movies, the first Joker made $1 billion worldwide. So just going to tell you up front, the Joker did not have me hankering for a sequel, let alone one that's a musical.
Yeah.
I would say that that's just me, but apparently it isn't.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. what I had read earlier is that the way that most audiences felt is they wrapped it up nice and clean after the first one, and they just didn't really feel like it needed another one. And so there weren't a lot of people like, oh my God, I have to have a second. And so they didn't have that demand from audiences. In addition to that, just by telling them it's a musical, kind of like neutered it as well. And then honestly, I think the story got too far away from the Joker and tried to get too much into the softer side of it. And so the first reviewers absolutely panned it, both from the end watchers as well as from the critics. Nobody seemed to like it.
Yeah. The original, I feel like I was the only person on earth that didn't just love it. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. I may have seen it too late, like it had been built up too much, but it felt to me like someone had this story, but in order to get it made, it's like, hey, and what if the guy's the Joker? It really had nothing to do with the character. And my understanding, and folks, this is a big spoiler alert. If for some reason you're just dead set on going to see the Joker sequel, don't listen to this next section. Go ahead and fast forward. But from what I've read, what happens is the Joker, he's decided he's not going to do this stuff anymore. And this kid says, okay, well, I'll do it for you, and stabs the main character to death. And apparently, either before that or just after it, that boy carves the smile into his own face, hinting that he is Heath Ledger's version of the Joker from the Christopher Nolan universe. And so apparently they were saying that this character from the Joker and the sequel was the inspiration for the person who would eventually become Batman's arch nemesis. That's what I read anyway.
Wow, that's an interesting take on it.
Yeah, so apparently the theme is the murderous mob you inspire might come for thee. Either that or one Wendy's Frosty in hand is worth 2 McFlurries in a bushel. I'm not sure. Anyway, what's on your pop culture radar?
I managed to get one of those Home Depot's 12-foot tall skeletons.
No.
And so
That's awesome.
Yes. So I assembled it in the end of September, way before Halloween, because I didn't know what else to do with it because it's 12 feet tall.
Right.
And so it was on my side yard, kind of over where I keep the trash cans. So it's kind of like out of the way. And so my neighbor apparently was going to the back to get his trash cans to put it on a trash day. And that was about the time the lights in the eyes turned on and started staring down at him and scared the crap out of him. Oh.
Were you like camping at Home Depot? I mean, those things fly out every year.
I've wanted one of these for like a couple of years, 2-3 years. And every time I try and go get one, they're gone. And so I set a couple of trackers on the Home Depot website so that as soon as it showed something was in stock, I would be notified. And I have been tracking this thing since June.
That's commitment, folks.
And that was commitment because, this was the year I wanted to do it. Anyways, so finally it comes into stock and I'm like, yes. So I rushed down to my Home Depot and I said, I would like a 12-foot skeleton. And they kept telling me, you can only have one. It's like, it's 12 foot tall. I only want one.
It's like, shoot, I really had my mind set on buying 20 of them.
Exactly. So then they had to go get like a lift because it was up on the top. They got it down. By this time, it had been well over an hour that I'd been in the store. And so I rolled it out to my Jeep and it doesn't fit. And I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? It won't fit in the car. And oh, you know what? I'm going to be smart. There's a Home Depot truck here that I can rent. And so I rented one of their trucks. I put the box in there. I got it home. I brought back the truck. I got back my Jeep. It took up like a big portion of my garage. I had to park a car in the front, but it was absolutely worth it.
That's golden. Now, for all those folks who are always left empty-handed every year, trying to get one of these, every year they sell out so quickly. This is how you do it.
Yeah, the moral of the story is start in June.
When we come back from this break, it's going to be time for the good, the bad, and the marketing. So don't go anywhere.
This episode of Rick and Rick is brought to you by Taskin, the first name in ultra-stylish, premium quality travel gear, like the Taskin Air Duo dual-sided compression packing cubes. One side's 100% air breathable to keep clean clothes fresh and wrinkle-free. The other side's odor and water-resistant to keep dirty laundry sealed up tight. Now you can pack up to 40% more in the same space. Save 30% on your next purchase when you use the promo code R&R Take 30. That's R&R Take 30 at TaskinSF.com.
And welcome back to Rick and Rick Rule the World with Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten. And it's time for the good, the bad, and the marketing, starting with 2024's top Halloween costumes according to Google. Now, Rick, what do you think would be in that top 10 list of costumes this year?
I imagine Deadpool has to be in there. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep.
Yeah, good one. Beetlejuice, maybe?
Yep.
outside of those, I don't know where to go next. I mean,
Yeah, so Wolverine and Deadpool, well represented in both top adult Halloween costumes and the top Halloween costumes for kids. For
sure.
the kids list, it is Godzilla, which I'm not sure I would have expected. One of the Minions, that's probably a perennial now. Corpse Bride, Peely from Fortnite. Queen of Hearts from Descendants. Wolverine, Kidpool from Deadpool, Doctor Doom,
Oh, that's fun.
and at number 1, Red from Descendants. For adults, now this cracked me up, the top costumes are Anxiety from Inside Out. Seems timely. Wolverine, Disgust from Inside Out, Anger from Inside Out. Now get this, a Chipotle burrito, wouldn't have anticipated that. Would not have anticipated that. Lady Deadpool, would have anticipated that. Doctor Doom, Red from The Descendants, Envy from Inside Out, Dolores from Beetlejuice, and then number 1 is Shrunken Head Bob from Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Now, one thing that caught my eye just before showtime here, Rick, I mean, literally last Halloween, I went to get a refill of candy on Halloween and the Christmas stuff was already up at the stores. Well, Spirit Halloween apparently is extending its brand and will now be a Christmas store as well. So they're going to cover Halloween and then right after that, Christmas.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's a Spirit too.
Exactly. Next up, Google's Notebook LM, an AI podcast technology that's so cool, it's spooky. So this started as an academic study tool, but can automatically generate a remarkably lively multi-host podcast from any content that you feed it. You just upload content. It could be an ebook, it could be a dictionary, it could be something else, and it'll instantly spit out a podcast with multiple voices. And these voices, some of them are like talking over each other. There's ums and ahs and interruptions. They sound like real people. This is amazing.
Yeah, this one blew my mind. So you could take a PDF file, a website or whatever, you load it into it, and then you can ask the AI questions about that content. So it can become a study partner for you.
Chatbot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You'd be like, hey, give me 15 flashcards based on the content from, this book right here, and you upload the book. But then just as an add-on experiment, they threw in this idea of then being able to take that content that you uploaded and turn it into a podcast. And at first I thought, oh, this is lame. It's, just going to pick up a few things and then just read it in a robotic voice. But it isn't. It's exactly what you said. There's 2 podcasters on this recording. There's a male and a female. They kind of banter back and forth. They talk over each other. They joke around. They interrupt each other. They show insecurities. Like, honestly, if you didn't know better and you didn't listen to a couple of them, you would not know that it was canned. It's actually that good. And I was really impressed and also a little scared that Rick and Rick may not make a season 7.
That's right. Or you may not know that we're really chatbots, Rick and Rick cloned voices, and you're listening to something that the AI made up. We promise that's not the case, but you will be amazed when you check this stuff out, folks.
Yeah. Just to test it, I took a probably 50-page, 35-page chatbot ebook. It's an executive primer on chatbots. It talks about how they're used, how, what the future is. It's a fairly content-heavy PDF file, and I uploaded it. And a 5-7 minute podcast came back out, and it was good. It was high quality. It was engaging. It was like they understood the content. It was like, wow, okay, this is peak AI right here. Right. For the moment, I haven't seen anything that cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen anything that seamless yet. It was impressive. Now, if you were to do it yourself, folks, it's going to be the same 2 voices, and people will know. Pretty soon it'll be, oh yeah, they uploaded that to Notebook LM. But it was impressive. Liquid Death, the edgy, unbottled water brand, has teamed up for a collab with Plunge Tubs to launch the freeze-to-death cold plunge. I saw this in Entrepreneur Magazine, and as they put it, you step into the abyss with Liquid Death and X-Plunge. Quote, this upright cold plunge lets you submerge in a spine-tingling full-body freeze, perfect for those who live life on the edge. It's a limited edition collaboration. Only 300 of these were made, and it retailed for $5,990.
This is an interesting one. I suppose since they only made 300 units, it's not like it's that much of an investment, but, $6,000 for one of these cold plunge tubs, which normally go for $2,500, seems like a pretty big jump. But I suppose if you're a huge Liquid Death fan, then maybe that is it. But I'm not sure that the Liquid Death fans are necessarily the ones who are spending $6,000 on a cold plunge.
No. In fact, I don't think they care if they sell any of them. It's like a lot of the promotions like this that we cover on the show. It's for the media value, the buzz that they generate.
Yeah, it got us talking about it.
Exactly. What else seems to be working? Wendy's Frosty Mind F. It's a partnership with McBroken.com, which is a site that tracks McDonald's frequently and famously broken ice cream machines and offers a $1 Frosty deal in specific cities where McDonald's is experiencing ice cream machine outages. I'm McLovin' this. It's trolling at its best.
Yeah, I think this is both hilarious and genius at the same time. Take advantage of the fact that McDonald's ice cream machines are always broken by promoting something and just doing a better job. So kudos to them. I think this is probably one of the more clever marketing things I've seen this year.
All right, when we come back, it's time for Rick and Rick Loaded Questions, our multiple choice quiz game to test your knowledge about recent developments at the intersection of marketing, media, tech, and pop culture. So be there. Hey, Rick and Rick Nation, don't forget to check out our website at rickandrick.com. It's double the Rick in just one click at rickandrick.com. And we are back, Rick Matheson and Rick Wooten. Rick Wooten, are you ready to play Rick and Rick Loaded Questions?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
All right. Question number 1. Move over, Pop-Tart's edible football mascot. In celebration of its 60th birthday, Pop-Tarts introduced A, its new Pop-Tarts Crunchy Poppers line of snack bites, B, a blueberry Pop-Tart flavored Jerry Seinfeld bobblehead, C, a strawberry Pop-Tart that's 73 times the normal size, or D, PopSmart's USB powered college Pop-Tart toasters for your dorm room. In celebration of its 60th birthday, Pop-Tarts introduced what?
I'm going to guess it's the first one. Although I do have to say, I did see that there's a Pop-Tart costume, so that almost goes along with the giant strawberry.
Now, Rick, I'm counting on you for that to be your costume this year. I want to see photo evidence. So the answer here is C. To celebrate the brand's 60th birthday, Pop-Tarts introduced the Party Pastry, a massive strawberry toaster Pop-Tart that's 73 times bigger than a traditional Pop-Tart. So the pastry was delivered directly to customers' doorsteps in a 3-foot-tall box that mirrors the brand's traditional foil packaging, all priced at $60 in honor of Pop-Tart's 60th.
Dang.
All right, question number 2. Search giant Google has decided that, it's going to keep using cookies after all. But according to the Wall Street Journal, Google might not keep A, its grip on the nearly $300 billion paid search advertising business, B, the overview GenAI search feature after complaints about wild inaccuracies, C, its app store over concerns about malware and fraudulent apps, or D, its audio emoji mobile app after a few too many sad trombone and extended fart sounds during phone calls. Google isn't tossing its cookies, but according to the Wall Street Journal, it might not keep what?
Its App Store. They were identified as a monopoly.
In this case, the answer is A, its grip on the nearly $300 billion search advertising business. As the Wall Street Journal reports, new rivals fueled by AI and social video could reshape the search advertising space. For instance, TikTok has started allowing brands to target ads based on users' search queries. That's a direct challenge to Google's core business. And Perplexity, it's an AI search site, has announced it's adding ads under its AI-generated answers. This as search on Amazon also continues to take an ever larger chunk of search ad spending. Amazon now commands over 22% of the market with a 17.6% growth rate. That's compared to Google's 50% share. They've dropped to 50.5% share and have a 7.6% growth rate. So change is coming to paid search a little faster than many may have anticipated.
Wow, that's crazy.
All right, final question. Here at our podcast, we love Cheetos as much as the next Rick. But after learning in a recent episode that a dropped bag of Cheetos transformed the cave ecosystem at Carlsbad Caverns, word is out that Cheetos Cheetle, that tangy yellow-orange colored dust on Cheetos corn snacks, A, forms the basis of Donald Trump's morning makeup routine, B, is the name of a new branded paint color from Sherwin-Williams, C, turns mice transparent, or D, breaks down methane, carbon dioxide, and other greenhouse gases, while also producing an unfortunate amount of hydrogen sulfide. Not that I personally would know anything about that. Word's out that Cheetos Cheetle does what?
I believe it's turning mice transparent.
You are correct. So according to reports in Forbes and the Wall Street Journal, tests with live mice have shown that the food color used in Cheetos brand corn snacks can alter the optical qualities of mouse skin, making it transparent, as in revealing the animal's organs inside in real time. Now, be sure to tune in for our next episode when we will replicate this experiment on Rick Wooten. Now, to be clear, the test with mice involved much higher concentrations. I guess the compound is called tartrazine or something. It's used in the dye. It was way more than is normally found in chips. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I'm not making this up, folks. You rub this stuff on the stomach of mice and their skin goes transparent. You see the organs through the transparent skin.
That's awesome.
All right, look at the time here, folks. That's going to have to be a wrap for this edition of Rick and Rick. Until next time, stay safe, keep each other safe, get out there and vote come November 5th, and keep on coming back to the one show where everybody's name is Rick.
And everybody rules the world.